Okay, welcome back. And Rick Bowman again, and we're in video 6 of how to buy a car with bad credit. And in this video, we're going to start diving into how to pick a dealership. And this is a tough part, okay? Now, if you've looked at the other 30-plus videos that we've got on there, we're going through it systematically for people with good credit. And people that are subprime finance customers, bad credit customers, need to go about it a little bit differently. Not all dealerships that are out there specialize in subprime credit. Some have very, very weak finance departments. And a lot of it has to do with the personnel that are in the finance departments. If the finance director doesn't get subprime, if he just doesn't understand it, if the finance managers, because they're mainly money motivated, look at it and they go, oh God, what a waste of time, you're going to have a very, very weak subprime finance department. There's other dealerships out there that specialize in subprime and realize that through volume, they can actually, make some money. Not to mention, too, that some business models for dealerships will say, if we could turn some people around and get their credit good, and we can get them a car when they have bad credit, they're going to probably be loyal to us. And that's the whole basis of subprime lending and subprime finance departments. In some cases, some dealerships will even employ what they call a special finance manager. And all that person does is work on getting people with subprime credit financed on a car. Okay, and they hope that they build loyalty out of that over the period of time. I've held that position before, and I was extremely good at it, just being a subprime finance manager. And I loved it. To me, it was the coolest thing in the world when you could make somebody happy and get them a car and they weren't expecting to get approved. So with that, on some of the applications, and hopefully you've gone ahead and you filled out the 4 applications prior to some of the lending networks that are up there, you may have noticed that some of them have what I would call a placement service, where they know what dealers are interested in working with subprime. And that's a great way to start picking a dealership, is by getting in touch with those people. So if you did apply for all 4, and I believe a couple of them did have dealer networks that were set up based on zip code for the area that you might live in the United States, to be able to direct you to a dealership that specializes in subprime. The second way of finding a good subprime dealership is take a look at the TV advertising that's out there. Okay, where I live up here, we have one that's located on the western side of the state that advertises very, very heavily for subprime business, and actually has customer testimonials. They're interested in doing business with subprime people, and you're going to find that you're going to get treated a lot better. Now, especially if you walk in pre-approved, you're going to have their attention, and believe me, they will do whatever they have to do in order to put you in a car. So those are 2 points on how to actually pick a dealership. It may not necessarily be the one that's just right down the street from you. You may have to travel, 20, 30 miles. You make sure that when you're getting ready to go in, we will cover this in detail before, that you have all the necessary documentation. You're going to need a couple of paycheck stubs, and recent, okay, within the last 2 or 3 weeks. Proof of residence within the last 2 weeks, okay, and like I said, a utility bill. You're going to need 5 references, name, address, and phone number of 5 people that you know. Usually a couple of them need to be relatives, and the rest can be friends, but name, address, and phone numbers on those, and they need to be written down on a piece of paper. This will show that you're serious. You're going to have to determine what kind of a down payment you have, and your pre-approval will help you on that. Some of those pre-approval networks that we asked you to apply for will tell you exactly how much you're going to have down. Some may be 0, depending on your credit score. Some you may have to have $1,500 to $2,000, depending on the car that you're looking for. The main thing, and if I were safe, okay, and staying safe with most of the lending criteria out there, most of the banks want to see about $1,000 down. Okay, and that's a very fair way of going about it. The next thing, before we dive into actually how to negotiate the deal, and really dial in and zero in on how to pick the dealership that you're dealing with is this is where most people, when they go out shopping, blow it because they get taken advantage of. And you're going to find that this is what a lot of the negative crap is out there about buying a car with bad credit is, oh, they're going to screw you. The way they'd go about doing it, supposedly, and I hate to bash the dealerships, but the dealerships are going to base the way they approach you on how much you know. And one of the biggest mistakes I have ever seen a customer make, and it's common, they do it all the time, is they have no clue on what their credit score is. None whatsoever. So, like I said a couple of videos back, the easiest way would be come out and take the guy that comes in and he's, oh yeah, I'm a man, I'm this, I'm that, yeah, I'm going to tell you what to do. And yeah, go out there and take the wind out of his sails, pull out his credit report and go, you didn't pay this guy, you didn't pay this one. Hey, you made an agreement and you signed this, okay, and said that you would pay and you didn't do that. Hey, what about this repo? And you take all the wind out of his sails. So you never even discuss what his credit score is. You just make him feel like a less than average person, okay, by pulling him down to earth and making him realize, hey, your credit ain't so good and I'm doing you a favor. And that's all because they don't know what their credit score is. So what I've done is there's a bunch of different, freecreditreport.com and a bunch of these different ones that are out there. And a lot of them charge money for it. And I believe that I found one that does not and will give you an idea of what your credit score is. And it's just a easy email type thing. They're going to probably have some services, that they're going to offer as far as credit monitoring, maybe credit repair. And you can take a look at those. I believe in them. I think that any help, and we're going to get into some help on starting with the car and getting you the car loan. That's your first step to cleaning up your credit. There's a couple other steps that we'll have that will involve. But the main thing that I really want you to do before you even go out is get your credit score. There's going to be a link below this video. And again, you're going to have to be on our website to get this. But you want to click on the link below the video and get your credit score. And I believe it's just a real quick name, address, or name, phone number type thing. I'm not sure which one we put on there, but we did some research on which one was the best. And click that on, get your credit score so that you're prepared, so that you know exactly where you're sitting. And we will see you in the next video, and that's going to be how to go in and start negotiating a car deal when you have bad credit, and whether we should take warranties, things like that. Thanks for listening to this one, and we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you click on that link and get your credit score. Thanks for listening.